Today's video was sponsored by Pop Culture Zone Pressing Services. If you need your comic books pressed, I personally vouch for Pop Culture Zone as being one of the best professional companies in the game, offering hands down the lowest prices out there. Services start at only $9.99, and every order placed will receive free fast track turnaround times. Even though I press comics for my personal collection, whenever I need a professional press for my key comics, I send them off to Pop Culture Zone, and every single book that I've received back, every single one, has had results that have exceeded my expectations, and I am sure that they will exceed your expectations as well. Make sure you go check the link in the description below to head over to their website, popculturezone.com, for complete details on services and how to begin your order. What is going on, YouTube? Chris with Journals, Comics, and Pop Culture. Today, we are discussing an ongoing issue. Oh my gosh, the world is crumbling to pieces. If you guys have been following the videos, I had picked up a comic book from my local comic book shop, A1 Comics, a couple months back. It didn't appear to be the grade that it was noted. I said, it's my fault. I sent it in to get graded from CGC, and sure enough, it was not the grade. I went back to A1 Comics today, and we're going to talk about how they resolved the issue. If you guys aren't subscribed to the channel, please take some time to do so. Check out all the links in the description below as well. Backstory, folks. A1 Comics, I've been a loyal, die-hard customer of A1 since about 2011. You guys probably see all kind of the A1 Wednesdays that I've done over the years. I went in there in April, towards the end of April, and purchased this beautiful, amazing Spider-Man, number 11, the second appearance of Dr. Octopus. Now, quick recap. When I went in there, the book was in a bag and board, and it was in a top loader Mylar. Not a top loader, but just like a standard Mylar that you top load into. The book had the price tag on the back, the little, do I have my little gun? Like a price tag gun, and it had the price tag on it, and then in pen it said 4.0. That's how they usually mark their grades on their books. So I had the owner pull the book out because they keep these. They have a vault. It's an old bank. They keep the old, more valuable books in the vault. He pulled out the old Spider-Man stuff for me. I picked it out, and it had the 4.0 grade written on it. It was priced definitely at around a 4.0. And I didn't ask to pull it out of the bag or out of the Mylar that was on me. I took it up. I paid for it. I brought it home. I did the video, and I said in that video, this is definitely not a 4.0. I pulled it out of the Mylar, pulled it out of the bag and board, and I was definitely very disappointed. I was more disappointed in myself, though, because I didn't do my due diligence. But here's the thing. As a loyal customer of this shop, A1 Comics, for about 13 years now, I have never had an issue with their grading. Their head grader is on point, and quite often I've always felt that they were decently conservative. You guys could go back in years of me doing hauls from A1 Comics and saying that, like, their grades are extremely conservative. So when I pulled this book out, I was like, I couldn't believe it. And in that moment, I was like, I'm gonna let it be. I don't want to cause a fuss. I love A1. I don't want to be that person. I have an amazing, awesome key book in my possession that I'm grateful to have. But I was getting my books ready that, soon after to send to CGC. And I was like, I really want to send this book. I gave it a press, just a basic press. And I told myself, because when I looked at the book, I said, this book's a 2.5. It came back at 2.5. But I said, if for some reason it comes back at 3.0 or even higher from CGC, I am going to leave it alone. But if it comes back below a 3.0, I'm going to say something. I'm going to bring it to their attention. That the 3.0 or higher was, look, great. Grades are subjective. And I didn't want to be the person to complain. I didn't. Sure enough, it comes back at 2.5, and that's even after the press. So I said, you know what, I need to reach out to them. So I reached out to my contact with the store, and he was like, you know what, we got to make this right. We want to make this right. Come in and bring the book. So I did, and I went in there today. I met up with my contact, and we brought it. The owner was there, and we talked to him. And at first, he was like really shocked. And I thought for a minute that, oh man, he's not going to believe me. Because here's the thing. I didn't have my receipt. I might have my receipt. Like, my room's a mess, guys. If you saw it right now, I have not been keeping up in here. But I usually document my receipts very, I'm very organized with all my stuff with my comic book purchasing. I usually also keep the price tags. But what I do for my videos, because I don't want to show off prices and stuff like that, I took the sticker that had the price tag and the, written 4.0 on it off. And you guys can see in the thumbnail, I showed the back. They have their, A1 Comics has their own backing boards where they has A1 Comics logo printed on it. That's where the sticker was. And I took it off because I was showing that in the thumbnail and I didn't want to just parade the grade around. So I'm like, man, I probably took it off, wrinkled it up, but I at least had the evidence of doing that video. If they were able to pull up the transactions for that day, they may have been able to pull up the transaction and at least see that I bought a book for X amount of money. But the owner was so taken back because he was like, I would not grade that a 4.0. That's not a 4.0. I would grade that that's about what I would grade it, a 2.5. And he was like, there's no way I graded that. And, he was like, ah. And I think his initial reaction, which seemed apprehensive, was simply because he couldn't believe that, like there's no, like I said, there's no way he graded that. And it was his confidence in being a grader that I'm just really perplexed by the situation. Now, it could have very well been somebody else that graded the book. I don't know if they have anybody else grading books and how long that this book had been in there, and if it was graded a long time ago by somebody else. But like I said, 13 years, close to 13 years that I've been going, I've had no issues. But then he was like, man, you're getting to me, all right. He was looking up the value. And at first, he said, I'll give you a $75 store credit. And I was ready to accept it. But because we both were like, man, yeah, like, I was showing in the video still, and I'm like, yep, there's a thumbnail. I zoomed in. I took the freaking sticker off. So, and then he ended up saying, I'll give you 100 store credit. So I was like, thank you so much. I was going to accept the 75, but, and even the other individual that was there that was helping me through this was like, yeah, that's kind of what I was looking at and saw the difference. And that's what I saw too. I thought 100 was pretty much right on fair market value difference. But like I said, I was willing to take the 75. He upped it to 100, and just I'm very humbled for them to even do that. And then this is what I was able to get. This wasn't part of it. I got this for free because I have the point system, because they have an awesome point system. If you get 400 points, you get a free trade paperback, $20 or less. But this is what I got for my credit. First off, I got the Saturday Morning Adventures Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #1. I mean, my first comic book was the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Adventures from the Archie series back in the 80s, and love the nostalgia around this. I got this 15-cent Wonder Woman that I don't have. This is issue 191 for just $4. This is their boards that I was talking about. So, got that for my Wonder Woman run. I got a Tales to Astonish for only $9. Still presents really nice. And I got a Silver Surfer #17 for $9. So filling holes in those runs. And then, yes, I did pick up another book for my Silver Age Grail run. What do you think it is? Amazing Spider-Man. This is the highest number that I was still missing. Look, like this one right here has the sticker, and then they wrote 6.5 on the board. This one was actually on the sticker, though, where it said 4.0 for this. But this is a beautiful looking copy of Amazing Spider-Man #97. So part of the 3-part drug issue. with no Comics Code Authority. And this is what I'm talking about, guys. Let me show you this. They graded this at a 6.5, okay? This is what I'm used to. This book is beautiful. I mean, it could benefit from a press. It has a couple of little ticks down here that could be pressed out. And then, of course, a couple color breaking ticks. But look at this book. This book is, in my humble opinion, graded nice and conservatively. Let's look at the back. I mean, the black, a little bit of tanning, a little bit, but I mean, the back is almost flawless. Look at that. Look at those sharp corners. I mean, let me look at this book, guys. Pages are perfect. I would say, man, I mean, probably off-white to white pages, but just because the bottom of the pages are a little tan, but the tops are nice and white. I mean, this is a beautiful book. As is. I mean, a little bit of spine stress that could be pressed out. We got 1 color breaking, 2 color breaking ticks. I mean, that kind of breaks. Yeah, that does break color right there. 3. Quite honestly, guys. Ooh, what is that? Is that a little bit of a moisture? I'm going to show you guys what I'm seeing. Right there. Boom and boom. That might just be some discoloration. But if that's any type of moisture damage, that's what could bring this book down to a 6.5. Because I'm telling you guys, as is. I mean, even these corners are super sharp. As is, I'm looking at this book, honestly, as a very fine. I'm looking at this book as a very fine plus. And that's without a press. This is what I'm used to with A1. And so that's why I was so much shocked. Because that's why, you know, I trust them. That's why I was so much shocked to see this be not a 4.0 when I looked at it and took it out of the bag. So not only was, you know, the owner so willing to, you know, rectify the situation and help me out, I was able to get another amazing book that is really, I think, underrated. Again, like I said, maybe those are some water stains. I will be sending this book to CGC, by the way, and we'll see. If that is water staining, they're tough on it, and maybe that's very well why they could have called it a 6.5, but still, extremely beautiful book. So very happy to have it. So, guys, I'm very grateful to have awesome people run awesome shops in my area. I am very spoiled. And if you guys don't already know, go check out A1 Comics. They have live sales every Wednesday and Friday on Instagram from 5 to 8. And they're actually having a big sale at their Folsom location this weekend. I might stop in. But again, just big shout out to everyone at A1 Comics. Chris, thank you so much for, you know, working with me on this, communicating with me. Avery and Brian, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much. I am, again, spoiled and blessed to have awesome local comic book shops, because I know it's tough for some of you guys out there, you know. So again, thank you so much to A1 Comics. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you guys thought of how I handled the situation and how A1 Comics handled the situation. What would you have done if you were me throughout the process? And yeah, would love to hear you guys' thoughts in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. Be well, and until next time.